Hi, it's Jan Johnson, and thank you so much for tuning in. I want you to know that I really appreciate it. And today what I'm going to talk about is wisdom and understanding the wisdom that you have within you and relating to the wisdom that you have in you so that as you go about again telling your stories in life, you can reflect on those things that you are wise to. I know you're wise or you wouldn't even be here right now, not maybe particularly on this site or this video, but searching on the internet and coming across it. And for that I want to thank you, because if it wasn't for you and those that view the videos that I put out, I wouldn't be able to think upon and therefore take my own advice in doing some things. Because I want to talk to you about wisdom today, and that made me reflect and say, what story could I tell you that would be something about myself and where I realized I had a moment that I look back and say that was wise of me. And so in searching that, I thought about a time way back when, again, a former marriage, early on, 2 little kids, living in a farmhouse, and my former husband had no work in the construction industry. He tried to start selling insurance. That wasn't going well, and we had no money. We were broke. And I had to figure out what to do, because I had this mantra that I always said, I'm not going to live like my mom. My dad was always gone. Matter of fact, selling insurance, not around. We were extremely poor. And I had in my head, I'm not going to live like my mom. Here I was, and at this moment, I was tucking a cover of a chair that we had in and straightening it. And as I was straightening that cover on the chair, I realized that that chair that I had in that farmhouse was almost identical to a chair when I was growing up, that we had a cover over it because it had holes in it. And that was the same thing that this chair had. It was the same color and everything. It had holes in it, and I had thrown this cover over it, and I was trying to straighten it up. And I had a flashback, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm living like my mom. I'm not going to do that. That prompted me. Right then was a moment of wisdom that prompted me, I've got to do something about this. And so I actually went over to a temporary agency and got a job through this Kelly Services thing that sent me to IBM. That's how I got in the door of IBM. And getting in the door of IBM in an administrative capacity allowed me then to share and show what I could do from whatever knowledge I had in an arena, and then them hire me full time. And that allowed me to finish my schooling, go back and get my master's degree, and work all through the corporate world and become eventually the CFO of a major segment of IBM. That might have been a long path around, but a moment of wisdom that I had, that if I don't do something right now, I'm going to end up like my mom, was very profound for me. The moral of the story is really to don't take any moment for granted. Contemplate it. It's only in retrospect that you can appreciate the value of a moment. So think about a moment that you had where you made a wise decision that took you down a path, and then have that in the forefront so that when you end up talking to people in a subject that comes up, you'll be able to interject that and maybe help them think of a moment that they might have. So thank you so much for tuning in, also for what I get out of this. I really appreciate it. And if this video helped you, please comment and share. Thanks a lot.